I promise you, the title is not clickbait and it is not fear-mongering. If you're here on a tourist visa using the border runs to extend your stays, guys, you're going to want to watch this video. Trust me. Why, hello there, guys. Listen, if you're anything like me, and my sympathies to you if you are, but if you are here in Thailand on the tourist visa, you understand that you're only allowed to stay a certain period of time. At that point, once your visa expires, and guys, I'm talking about the visa stamp that is in your passport, okay? I'm not talking about whether or not you're visa exempt or visa on arrival or any of that shit. I'm just talking about your actual visa that allows you to stay here in the kingdom if you are on the tourist visa. Guys, right now, as it stands, you're supposed to be allowed 2 extensions every year by just leaving the country and coming back in, okay? I know that they've extended it out. Now we get 60 days on arrival. Again, exempt or not, whatever you want to call it, it's a visa at the end of the day. Guys, right now, if you're coming here and you're staying on the tourist visa and you're using the border runs, where you just hop out of the country, get stamped out, and then come back in, you're going to have serious problems at Phuket immigration. Let me explain. First off, let me say this. If we're being honest, everybody knows that here in Thailand, there are definitely ways around certain things, such as immigration, borders, stamps, visas, etc., etc. There's all kinds of different companies that can help facilitate your stay here in the kingdom, and they do make border runs extremely easy, and well, you can do them a lot more than what the government says that you can. However, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are doing this and you are planning on coming to Phuket and going through immigration, you are going to have a hard time right now. I know right now 5 subscribers in the past 10 days who have been rejected entry into Thailand at the Phuket immigration office at the airport, okay? Understand this. This is not, secondhand news. This is direct from some of my subscribers telling me that they're having a problem because of the fact that they did several different border runs, which a lot of people do, okay? I'm not advocating you guys around with Thai immigration. However, I fully understand that a lot of people manipulate, bend, play the system, whatever you want to call it. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're coming here and you're planning on going to Phuket, I don't think I would go through Phuket immigration because, again, 5 of my subscribers in the past 10 days have been denied entry into Thailand because of their previous border runs, okay? Now, also, one of my very good friends, her Canadian boyfriend was just detained at the airport and forced to buy a plane ticket back to Canada that day because he was rejected. He had been here for about 7 months using border runs. Then he had to go back to Canada, take care of something, came back 2 weeks later and was denied entry at the airport and had to spend 2,800 Canadian dollars, which is what, about $3 American? Well, actually, it's closer to about 2,000 American, but still, it's a ton of money to have to spend on the spot to get himself plane tickets back to Canada because he was denied access, all because of doing too many border runs. Now, I will say this much. There are different ways to get around this. If you're having a problem and you're worried about it, I'll discuss that a little bit later in this video. But right now, guys, fully understand that if you are doing these border runs and you're coming to Thailand, let's say you had to go home for something or you went to a different country or whatever, you stayed out for a couple of days and you're coming back through Phuket International Airport immigration, you're going to have a problem. Completely off topic, I just want to point something out. I've had some comments on other videos going on about how, oh, it's bullshit, fake backgrounds, all of this crap. The reason I put these up, to be honest with you, is because a lot of people would never see how beautiful Thailand actually is unless I was putting these green screens behind me, showing you guys these beautiful temples, the beautiful beaches. Because most guys just come here, sit in Bangla Road, drinking beers, talking to the bar girls, and they never actually experience how beautiful Phuket is. That's why I try to show you guys. It's that simple. It's not because I want to show you guys how beautiful it truly is here. Now back to this deportation dilemma. Listen, last year I had another friend go through this. She landed here. She had been doing, border runs, and they did force her to buy a ticket back to Canada. However, they did allow her entry in for 30 days. Now, that being said, every single person I have talked to have told me that they're being forced to buy a plane ticket back to their country of residence where their passport was issued from. Understand this. They're not giving you the option to get a plane ticket, say, to Vietnam or Cambodia or anything like that. They're forcing you to go back to your country of residence. So, guys, that can be incredibly expensive when you're sitting there at the airport and you're being forced to buy a ticket that day. Let's face it, anytime you're buying a ticket on the day of, it's going to be a lot more expensive than if you're planning a vacation. I don't know if they're going to allow you to fly to Cambodia where you get a visa on arrival. Vietnam, as you guys are well aware, if you're doing a lot of traveling, you have to have a visa in advance before going to Vietnam. So if you do get in this situation, try to fly to Cambodia so that you're not spending all of that money going home, and it gives you a few days to think about what you're going to do about this situation. Because I'm telling you right now, if you've been doing a lot of border runs on a tourist visa, you're gonna have this problem coming into Phuket. Now, that being said, this does appear to be a Phuket issue. I'm going to tell you something. You guys are well aware that I'm in and out of the country all of the time. And for the most part, typically I fly through Bangkok because I've heard from a lot of people, friends, acquaintances, subscribers, that they are having a time at Phuket immigration, especially if they're in and out of the country a lot like I am. So I honestly try to avoid Phuket immigration as much as possible. The last time I flew in, yes, I did fly into Phuket, but there's several reasons for that, which I'm going to get to here in a few minutes, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you are, again, doing these border runs and you're jumping here, jumping there, I would try to avoid Phuket immigration as much as possible. Now, I do know after talking to some of my subscribers that have had this happen to them, they were told by the visa companies, who again, I'm not sure how they do it, what they do, but they're able to get you a lot more than just 2 extensions per year. They're being told by them that, listen, here's what you need to do. You need to fly down to Singapore, spend a couple of days there, and then come back. That right now, guys, is not working if you are flying back into Phuket, because again, that is where people are being stopped. If you're going to try that, my suggestion would be I'd fly to Bangkok, then to Siem Reap, Cambodia, spend a couple of days there, and then come back through Bangkok, okay? Again, as much as I love Phuket, I'm warning you guys, I would avoid Phuket immigration at the airport like the plague. Now, because I am someone who is in and out of the country a lot, and I'm traveling to all kinds of different countries, I try as much as I possibly can to learn everything possible from other travelers. So I ask them, what has your experience been like here? What's it been like there? I want to know what is my best chance of not having something like this happen to me, because I would be devastated if I was denied entry into Thailand. It would be crushing. There are several reasons why Thailand is doing this, and it mostly comes down to they want people here on long-term visas because they truly believe that if you're here on a long-term visa, you're going to spend more money and it's going to help the economy more, which I think is incredibly narrow-minded and blindsided, because they're not, essentially they're looking at the pennies under their nose instead of the dollars under their toes. They're not seeing the long-term benefit that people like me are giving the country, because we are spending a lot of money. Yes, I know I do the budget videos, but at the end of the day, I'm still spending a lot of money. And a lot of the people that are doing these border runs and living here like I am, they are spending a lot of money and they're helping the economy. So It's really counterproductive to Thailand to be doing this, but I do understand that they want people on long-term visas, etc., etc. Look, this is not a rant about Thai visas and Thai immigration. It's just trying to save you guys a ton of money and the aggravation of being denied entry upon arrival here in especially Phuket. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, okay, Doc, well, how do you do it? How do you get away with coming and going as often as you do? Well, guys, here's the secret, okay? I'm staying out of the country a lot longer than a couple of days, okay? Only once in my 4 years have I ever done a border run, and that was only because I wanted to do a video and show people just how miserable of an experience it was. And trust me, it was miserable. Link in the description below for that video. I'm going to tell you something, guys. It is not fun at all. So what I do is this. I stay my maximum amount of time and then I leave the country. Don't ever overstay your visa, guys. I know it's only a couple of $100 baht a day. Who cares? Immigration cares if you've overstayed your visa, okay? That's just pro tip number one. Anyways, what I do, guys, is I leave the country and I go on adventures. I go to Cambodia, I go to Vietnam. As you guys are well aware, I go to China. And I usually stay out for a month at a time. That way there, it resets everything and they just see it as me coming in as a tourist, okay? This is why, again, I have a lot of these green screens, fake backgrounds, whatever you guys want to call them, because there's a lot of the time I'm making these videos that I'm not actually in Thailand, but I want to keep the Thailand content going for you guys and keep you guys updated as to what's going on and, you know, just give you the tales from Thailand, the different stories about this and about that, all of the stuff that you guys want to hear. So that is actually how I do it. Also, keep this in mind. As I stated earlier, I try not to fly into Phuket because of how many problems I have heard of directly from people that I know, travelers that I've met, friends that I have, and subscribers. That's why I always fly into Bangkok. Now, if I am flying into Patong, and also now when I fly into Bangkok, there is a service that I use, okay? And it is called Fast Track. Typically, if you're flying first class, you're going to use Fast Track anyways. But even if you're not flying first class, you can get this service. You can go on KLOOK or all kinds of different apps and stuff and find what is called Fast Track Thailand. And what that is, when you arrive in Bangkok, the people from Fast Track will meet you at your plane gate. They will walk you to immigration and you get to go through a special immigration window and they really don't ask you shit. All they do is they just stamp your thing, boom, you're through. And instead of spending an hour or possibly 2 hours in line waiting, you're in and out in 5 minutes or less. And it costs right around 30 to 40 US dollars to do that. Now, they do not offer that service online for Phuket. However, guys, here is pro tip number 2. Pay attention to this one, please. If you're taking the chance to come back through Phuket International Airport, before you get to the immigration lines, okay, just 10 feet, 3 meters before the immigration, there is a booth and it says Fast Track. You can pay 100 baht, okay, which is $3. $3. It will save you all that time of waiting in line and the fear that you're going to be rejected or denied entry. Pay the $3 for the Fast Track. Go through there. It's going to take you 2 to 3 minutes. They're going to stamp your thing. They're not going to ask you any questions. It is so simple. Now, sadly enough, at some point, I'm sure they're going to close this little loophole thing. But for right now, take advantage of it until this video goes viral and they decide, hey, we're going to shut this down. I take advantage of it all the time. The last time I flew into Phuket, I was a little nervous because, yes, I've been hearing some pretty crazy stories about people getting denied entry. Just paid for the Fast Track, boom, in and out, just as smooth as silk. Same as Bangkok, guys. I'm going to tell you something. You guys know me by now. I have no patience whatsoever. If patience is a virtue, I was not blessed with it at all. So for me, it's worth the $30 or $40 just to not stand in line. But the peace of mind that comes with it, where again, they do not ask you any questions, they just stamp, you're through. It's that simple. Same down on Phuket, guys. Right before the immigration line start, there is a booth there, and it says fast track. You pay 100 baht, and smooth as silk, guys. Smooth as silk. So hopefully, if you are like me, and again, my sympathies, but if you're here on the tourist visa and you've been doing a lot of border runs, guys, don't get yourself into trouble. Take my advice and either stay out of the country for an extended period of time, go on a vacation to a different country, see some things, enjoy yourself. If you've got a girlfriend, guys, take her with you. It's really simple to get her into another country. Believe me, it's not that difficult. Get out. Don't take the chance of being denied entry into Thailand, because once you're denied it once, it's hard to get back in, guys. Use the fast track. Trust me, go on KLOOK if you're flying into Bangkok. It's simple, it's easy, it's 30 or 40 US dollars. Again, if you're going into Phuket, it's right there, right before the immigration lines, and it's only 100 baht. Till next time, guys, live your best life. And if living your best life means coming here and gambling on getting entry into the kingdom, hey, roll the dice, kids, roll the dice. Till then, keep the beers cold, keep them coming. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys.